then we don't do anything for the rest of the week. Guys, Drew Kausler, 16 policies last week. Drew, are you on with us, bro?
Yeah, I'm here.
Awesome. Hey, bro. Well, first off, dude, you texted me this morning that it was your biggest personal week, most policies written for the week, 16 families, and you did it all off of 1 month and 3 month leads. Is that correct?
Yeah, so one month and 3 month leads within the CRM, that was part of it. But I really just mean 1 and 3 month old in general. Like I was dialing old instants from like 2 months ago. I think there's so much value in those leads that are older now, because think of how many insurance agents there are. Think of how many people are blowing these people's phones up like crazy. I wouldn't want to answer the phone and talk to anybody, but if you hold off a couple months and then call them, then they're a lot more willing to listen. And a lot of times they still haven't gotten coverage. Most of the time they still haven't gotten coverage.
And I think that's huge, bro, because a lot of, let's say I'm a new agent, Drew, and I'm coming out the gates and I'm like, hey, Drew, which leads do I purchase? I want the new fresh ones. What's your response to me going to be after you just went and slang some probably 6 month, 3 month, and 1 month leads?
Age lead store and then 1 month leads. I would honestly rather have 1 month leads than instance right now. I think I can make more money off of them, regardless of the price.
And how much are 1 month leads right now, Drew?
There's a work spots discount on them right now. I have so many of them that I really hadn't even looked. I'm still dialing because something I love about them, man, the more you present, the less leads you have to buy because you're always on the phone talking to them. Right.
That's so true. Yep. And real quick, let's dig into it, bro. I'm sure everybody would love to hear kind of your intro on how you're doing these call to closes and what's that initial contact look like on the phone.
All right, so I've been traveling mostly Vegas,
okay.
So I'll kind of use Nevada. So hey, Josh.
Yep.
Yeah, Josh, my name's Andrew Kausler. I work as a managing broker through the state of Nevada. I was checking in, I was just going to see if you've been getting a lot of calls from any captive life insurance agents.
Yeah, man, I filled something out and I've been getting blown up.
Yeah, they were blowing up my phone too whenever I filled out that form. Now with that, have you talked to anybody about it? Maybe Lumico, American National, God forbid, Fidelity, anything like that?
I've gotten some quotes, man, but nothing really that I'm wanting to sign up for.
Got you. So you remember at the start, I said I was a managing broker. That means I work with all 96 carriers in the state of Nevada. So it's really about looking and finding which one fits your situation best based on age, lifestyle, health, just several things in general. Matter of fact, if you can grab a pen and paper, give me 1 second. We can go through that information right quick.
Okay, yeah, give me 1 second.
All right, Let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready, bro.
Okay, so we're going to do this part 2. All right, so write down my first and last name. So I'll tell them my first, Andrew Kausler. Say, all right, super important, write down my license number. They write down my license number. So, say, like I was saying, we work with over 96 carriers. You may not qualify for some. We work with some of them like Mutual of Omaha, John Hancock, Aetna, Colonial Penn. By the way, I do say, I'll tell you in a second, but Colonial Penn, Prudential, all these different carriers. So it's just about which one fits you best. So we'll go through some health questions, ask them, have you heard of the MIB, Josh?
No.
So that's the Medical Information Bureau. They hold all the records, family history, current conditions, past conditions, surgeries, and big one is prescriptions. So when we're going through this, please, be totally honest with me because I'm the one that is navigating us to a plan you might qualify for. Ultimately, the MIB makes the final decision. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay, so have you ever had any kind of heart attack, stroke, cancer, stents, diabetes, neuropathy, high blood pressure? All the conditions?
Yeah, nothing. I have high blood pressure that I take a prescription for, but nothing serious.
Is that lisinopril, losartan, amlodipine, metoprolol, maybe?
I think it's losartan.
Losartan. Okay, cool. Anything else?
Not that I can recall. No, I think that's it.
Any prescriptions you're taking or you're prescribed but not taking?
No.
Okay, cool. All right, now with that, all right, so if they say they're super healthy, I'm going to try and break them down. So as far as your family history, Do you have any conditions there? Mom, dad? And
Um,
then,
yeah, my dad had a heart attack, and yeah, my mom's healthy.
all right, so yeah, that's something the MIB may look at. Thanks for being honest with me there. How old were they when they passed away?
Both are actually still living. Dad's 56 and mom's 55.
Okay, so still a little younger. Okay, that's good. Oh, but he had a heart attack when he was that young though?
Probably about 5 years ago.
Okay, gotcha. Um, like I said, yeah, Josh, there's always gonna be something. It may be like $5, $10 more than what we put in for, but I promise you we'll find you something that you'll qualify for. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so as far as with everything, give me a second. Open insurance toolkits, plug in all the conditions. What's your height and weight, Josh?
I am 5'10" and I weigh 200 pounds.
Okay, cool. Pretty healthy on that end then. Now with that, are you a smoker?
I'm not a smoker. No.
Okay, I asked that before, by the way. All right, so you don't smoke. That's good too. 1 second here. I'm just pretty slow with it. Now it looks like now this is telesales. I do this because it's a lot simpler. Looks like Aetna might take you. Now you're talking about your dad, so it could come back at a standard rate. That's a bridge we'll cross if we have to, though, Josh. But as far as with everything, I'm going to give you some amounts here. So if you were to qualify at the 20,000, it would be $100 a month, right? If you were to qualify at the 15, 75, 10, it would be $50 a month. Now, like I said, I think we're going to be good. It might come back, a few dollars higher, but we'll look at that in a second. How did you spell your first name? It is Josh.
Yes.
All right. And what was your last name?
Crenshaw.
All right. And this is going to sound like a silly question, but you are a resident of the United States, correct?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Sometimes I'll ask them just to build a commitment, by the way. Do you have a driver's license?
Yes.
I don't need it, but I'm trying to get that small commitment. Okay, will you grab that for me? What's the number?
Really bang. Okay. I want to back it up a little bit. You're first off, guys, give it up for him. Give him a 3 in the chat. Give him some love. Drew, I think I was reading the chats while we were doing this. We love how you keep it so casual, so just conversational. Like, dude, I don't feel like you're a salesperson at all. I don't even feel like I guess, how long did it take you to get to that point where you're like, dude, I can do this without a script. I can just run through it.
I just did enough presentations. I just did so many that it became natural. And, so much of my script, I'm adding stuff to my script all the time. I'm listening to other people and, learning based on that. But I try to keep it very simple, a very simple structure, right? And then I'll kind of veer off this direction or that direction. But yes, I did make sure there was that, simple part before I, was able to move left and right.
And dude, everybody's, I'm sure every call you have is different. So, I mean, you have a baseline on what you go off of. Can you tell me how many hours are you working a week and how many days? Full transparency.
Oh man, quite a few. A lot of times Pat has to tell me to go to bed at like midnight.
You're on East Coast time. So give me a ballpark. What days are you working and how many hours are you working?
See, I'm trying to do the math. How many hours? Probably about 10 hours a day, give or take. I may take longer breaks
For sure.
now on some, and then Sunday, if I work Sunday, seems to always be profitable when you do Sunday.
Yep. So real quick, guys, 10 hours a day. I'm sure, Drew, you're working 5-6 days a week. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Okay. How many people are actually doing that, guys? And just being real with yourself. How many people are actually putting in that type of work ethic? Because, guys, 16 families protected in a week all over the phone. That doesn't happen by accident, right? Like, Drew, there's so much consistency. There's so many reps. There's so many presentations. Like, you guys, once you're working that much and you're seeing these consistent results, it's almost like, you know what you're going to get, Drew. You just go to work, right? Like, I'm going to get the leads, I'm going to dial the leads, and I know what I'm going to get. 16 might have been your best week yet, but let's say, bro, let's back it up just a little bit. How many presentations are you doing to get through a whole presentation? Or how many contacts are you having?
Oh man. Per presentation, say maybe 80 to 90, maybe a little less, depends on what leads. Sometimes with call tools, I'm dialing more at the same time and I have to, right? Just depending on how many's in there. But usually I'd say around 80.
80 a week?
No, 80 leads before I get one presentation.
Got it. 80 leads before you get to one presentation.
Maybe a little less.
Okay, guys.
Honestly, it just depends.
Okay, guys, but what the point I want to get to is, Drew, you're dialing your tail off to get to the presentations, to give yourself a chance. I feel like a lot of us in the chat that are trying to do the telesale route, we're not even getting to the dials we need to, or the presentations we need to even give ourselves a shot on the phone. So if I'm newer and wanting to make this telesale thing work, Drew, give me like 3 pointers that, like, these are your bare minimum things you need to do.
You get a dialer immediately from day one. Figure out how to use phone burner and then get call tools immediately. Just to be totally honest with you.
Yep.
I'm making sales running 10 lines at once.
Yep.
Believe it or not.
And guys, phone burner, $100 a month, call tools, $150 a month. Drew, how many sales would you say extra you're getting just from having a dialer?
Man, probably at least 4, 5 a week, man. I don't know, a lot. I can't even remember not having a dialer, honestly.
Okay. Hey, and guys, this is full transparency again, because Drew, whenever you're doing 15 families plus a week, like, again, we know what that takes. A lot of us on the team have done so as well. And it's just, dude, it's just work and consistency and lead flow, right? Give me, like, so you're working late out in Florida. What's your kind of call zones you're doing? And are you calling different states? You said you're calling Nevada, but give me like a day in Drew's shoes. What's that look like?
Yeah, dialing. I still have to get my license finalized in Florida. Actually, that's how long I've been here, for like 2 months. Still not. We went and got our fingerprints yesterday. Oliver's here now, motivating me to do that. But anyways, southern states are good. You know, Missouri, Kentucky, Mississippi, Arkansas, Texas, some now. Nevada, I do a lot of Nevada. Man, I do a lot of Nevada now. Some Colorado. But yeah, mostly Nevada. Not sure how you say it. South Carolina is pretty good. But yeah, several states around the South, Tennessee, still haven't gotten Alabama yet. I really don't want to run into somebody saying Roll Tide. So I'm going to stay away from that.
Okay. Now, Drew, give me like a sample lead flow. Like, again, because it's great to have all those states, but if we're not getting enough leads, it doesn't make sense to have more than 1 or 2 states, right? How many leads are you purchasing just to have enough people to dial like that?
Man, I have so many old leads now. It's different, but you know, maybe 500, 300. I'm redialing them so many times. That's why I'm getting such a value out of them.
Okay. Here's a question. Here's a good question for you. What percentage of the families you protect are aged leads?
Oh, all of them.
All of them. Okay. So everybody, real quick, we're going to do a little accountability. So everybody that texts me or puts in the group, hey, I only have money for age leads. Hey, these leads have already been contacted. Hey, they filled this out 8 months ago. Hey, guys, that is an excuse we make up in our minds to really just give us an out as to why insurance didn't work. So Drew, what's your mindset when it comes to dialing age leads? Because you got to have the right mindset to make these calls.
Yeah, that's totally true. And I started out, thinking that it would be bad. But kind of what I started out with, just realizing how many people are calling them, immediately on these instances. Just listen to the responses you get, right? When I really switched around my pitch to, what it was, I just, my intro like that, I really started having a lot more results. Because by asking them, have you been getting a lot of calls? People want to complain, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they want to answer that. Yeah. Oh my God, I've been getting so many calls, and I'm just getting them into the conversation. I'm not using the word life insurance. If there's anything I could recommend to anybody is please, at least in the first couple sentences, avoid the word life insurance, because that's kind of back to everybody's getting all these calls about insurance. It's just immediate shutdown.
Drew, I think a lot of people would want to hear it. Can you give me your first 15 seconds to your phone script?
Yeah. Hey, my name's Andrew Kausler. I work as a managing broker through the state of South Carolina. I'm checking in to see if you've been getting a lot of calls from any captive life insurance agent. An open-ended response.
Mm-hmm.
Or yes or no, and then they're going to keep going with it.
So you really just want to get them to conversate with you.
Yes.
Like I'm gonna say yes, like, dude, I'm getting blown up. Like, it's kind of annoying.
Yes, I want them engaged in what we're talking about already. And
so
then
you're
I'll
on
flip
the same
it around.
team, right? You're on the same team when you call.
I already know I know what's going through my head, what I want to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want to flip that around. But yeah, that's.
And transition that to how you're gonna do it one more time. So after that, and I say, yeah, dude, I'm getting blown up. What's up?
Oh, really? Yeah, I was getting quite a few when I put in the request too. What have they been calling you from, like Lumico, American National, God forbid, Fidelity, anything like that?
Yeah, I think so. One of those.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I remember I was talking about being a broker. So that means I work with all the carriers in the state. 96 at this point. Now, okay, the reason I say 96, from that point forward, it could go so many different ways, right? But I don't want them objecting to me with, oh, hey, I saw a commercial about Colonial Penn, Prudential's offering this, all these objections. Like, yeah, I work with them. That's my response every time. Okay, I work.
Yeah, and if you say that, dude, and I'm a customer, I'm like, oh shit, like my out is gone, right? You work with them. I don't really have, like, I can't go like, well, I'm getting a rate through them.
Yeah, if they already have, I don't care what carrier it is. If they say they already have it, that's not one of ours. My response is, oh, I got you. You just had, some health conditions, take a lot of medications or something. And they're like, no. Oh, okay. I mean, like I said, I work with Lumico, they're not a bad company, but generally there's not really a reason to go with them. So you sure nothing in the medical history along your job?
No. And guys, real quick though, let's back that up. I don't think people know how good that is, because guys, he's getting rid of objections on the front end within the first 30 seconds, right? Because a lot of these companies have been blowing up, Lumico and Prudential and all these different companies, right, that are offering graded policies right off the bat. And it's great because if Drew's already like, dude, why are they quoting you? Like, are you sick? Like, do you have cancer or any heart attacks or anything like that? Anything crazy? No, then why are we going that route? Great. Can you go over your intro, Grant? Juan put it in the chat, but Drew, can you do it one more time? Give me first 30 seconds.
All right. So I'll say it slow.
Yep.
So kind of. So I work as a managing broker.
From the top, like ring, ring.
All right, ring, ring.
Hello.
Hey, Josh.
Yep.
Hey, Josh. My name's Andrew Kausler. I work as a managing broker through the state of Nevada. I'm just checking in to see if you've been getting a whole lot of calls from any, captive life insurance agents at all. Yeah,
dude, like too many. Can you make it stop?
Yeah, man, I'll definitely try to. So I was talking about, them being captive means, they only work with one company. I said, I'm a broker. That means I work with all the companies in the state. Now, when you did put in that form, were you, looking for, or when you did put in that form, I didn't see where you listed a beneficiary down. Is there, somebody you love, maybe somebody you care about you or want to list down here?
Yeah, my fiance.
Okay, your fiance. Gotcha. And how old is she?
She's 24.
Gotcha. And are you in pretty good health?
Yeah, decent health.
All right, if you can grab a pen and paper right quick, We're going to go through some of these options. Just let me know when you're ready.
Okay. What percentage of the time do people grab a pen and paper when you ask that? Give me like a real percentage.
I don't know, man. Maybe if they're answering, depending on the league, maybe 20%.
Okay. So
Maybe
one out
less.
of every 5 presentations you would say actually goes to grab a pen and paper.
Yeah, that's probably about right.
Okay. And guys, we're just getting this because we want the real numbers, right? And if you're making a ton of dials and you're presenting a ton, like, guys, that's where we should be at, right? But Drew, just from hearing you, bro, like 16 families, like, do you feel like that's a work ethic you could keep up moving forward, right? Because a lot of people go hard for a week and then next week, do they fizzle out and we protect 2 families? Do you feel like the work you put in this week is something you could duplicate moving forward?
Well, if you do it once, you can do it again, right?
Mm-hmm.
I can do it. Like, yes, do I think I can do it? Yes, 100% no, I can do it because I have done it and I will do it because, maybe a little lower some weeks, just try and get it higher.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
We're going to
Ceiling.
peel that back a little bit, Drew. Why do you feel like you're able to put out the work you do? There's got to be a bigger reason like you do this, right? And the money's great. You're getting really good at what you do. But what's the driving factor for you to stay consistent?
And just because I know I need to be an example, and right now I don't have, a lot of family. I care about my mom more than anything. My grandma, this is something huge actually. My grandma, she's had dementia a long time. They have to start doing home health care for her. Tear it up, but
Yeah, bro.
my mom, we talked on the phone a month ago, and she told me, like, yeah, this is a lot of money. We have to pay this source, and then like we have to pay the hospital. I said, here's my debit card. Just put my card on file for the hospital. I'll take care of that. And that felt really good. And that's something I couldn't have done without this, at least not this soon. So, that's just being able to be an example and then take care of family, whether it's my family now or my future family.
Well, dude, huge props to you, bro. You gave me literally goosebumps, and I'm sure you did that, everybody on the call. But it's like, dude, there's always a reason, right? And it may not be the reason you had last month, might not be the reason you have today. But guys, I just can't explain or can't describe what it means to be able to do something like that for your loved ones. Because Drew, there's not you didn't have to think about it, right? You're just like, dude, this is done. Like, this is a no brainer, right? Like, mom, I got you. Grandma, I got you. We'll do whatever we have to do. And being able to work your tail off and get compensated for what you bring to families every day is a blessing. But Drew, thank you, man. I appreciate you opening up and sharing like that because it's not easy. But guys, how many of us are going through something like that? Maybe not to that extent, but we do need, to come through for our families. We're the ones, guys. We're the ones that have to step up for our family. Everybody on this call, right? We have the platform. We have the opportunity. We have everything we need to be successful. It's just, are you going to show up and give it all you got? Because Drew, that's one thing I appreciate about you, bro. Every event, every thing we have going on, you're like, dude, what do I need to get there? And I will be there. I'll see you then. There's no questions. Like the Brad Lee event, right? Hey, what do I need to do? Awesome. I'll see you in Vegas on the 31st. I'll be there. Guys, and that's Drew. That's Drew Kausler. So I just want everybody to look in the mirror because, again, I talked to an agent yesterday on the phone and he said 99% of this business is just us going to do the work. 99% of the business. And I felt that. And Drew, I'm sure you could feel that, right? Because it's like, bro, there's nothing that forces you to get up in the morning and hop on the phones and stay on the phones till midnight. There's nothing that forces you to do that. But it's like, what are you doing this for? How much outside of your bank account are you doing this for? And when you put people behind what you're doing, guys, the work isn't work. Like you're telling me, Drew, like you're going to go protect 40, 50 families this month and it's going to help your family in a hard, rough spot. Like who wouldn't do that? Right. So Drew, is there any other tips you got for the team before we hop off of here? And I appreciate you opening up, bro. It means a lot, but any extra tips that you would recommend for agents getting going?
Yeah, 2 things.
Yep.
So first is there's so many videos on here that you can watch on YouTube, not even just looking at it from a training perspective. just seeing the results people have done. So when I came in, the way I looked at it from the start, by the way, was, look, if somebody else did it, it can be done. I can do it. How do I do it? Who do I need to reach out to? What questions do I need to ask? Do I need to bug the hell out of Josh and Alondra so I can figure out how to do this? Okay, I will. And then, second is, and it's back to how so many people are doing this. Well, you can't really say, you can't give an excuse of it's only happening to me, right? Last month, when I was getting so many declines, my response to that was, okay, if I'm getting all these declines over and over, what's the solution, Drew? Write more apps. It's not a fun thing to really tell yourself, but if so many people are doing it, then it's not just me. It can never be just me. And that's something I absolutely love, that makes me hold myself accountable in this business. And you have to be willing to do that.
Nope. Hey guys, there's, he shared what it is. There's no real secrets, but like guys in it, Drew, I'll give you props, man. Like you lock arms with everybody on the live dials. And when you're locking arms with Sean, Jesse, Oliver, Pat, and Amy, like guys, that's where you need to be. Get around the people doing it, running the play that you want to run, right? If it's in the field, go call someone in the field that's smacking it in the field. If it's on the phones, I'm going to plug into Drew. I'm going to plug into all these people slanging over the phone, right? And guys, there's so many people that need this to work right now. There's so many. I talked to so many agents that are like, Josh, I've been through it financially and I'm in a rough spot. I need this to work. And my biggest thing that I'm asking agents, and I think we all need to do the same, is, what are you willing to give up to make this work? It's not something you show up 2-3 hours a day and you're going to protect 10 families a week. It can be done when you develop the skill set, guys. But early on, if we don't have that, we got to show up and just be consistent, man. We got to purchase the leads. We got to be on work spots. We got to be using the lead discounts. Because guys, it's much easier when Drew contacts me and he says, Josh, I purchased $1,500 in leads. I protected 6 families. What do I need to do to double that? Guys, I'm in 100%, right? It's a different conversation when it says, Josh, I have no money for leads. I haven't purchased leads. I'm working part-time. Like, dude, I'm going to tell you, like, go drive Uber or Lyft, go Uber Eat, go do things to get more money for your lead flow. Because guys, there's something about putting in the work and getting a result. It means a lot. I can't talk. Except like with FFL guys, that's where the good stuff is. You got to go through your bumps and bruises, man. And a lot of people stop when they get their first bump, their first 80 dials on the phone. Hey, this isn't working. Guys, you're just like getting going, man. Give yourself an opportunity. Give this thing 90 days, right? Too many people are giving this thing 3 days and saying it's not working. Because Drew, I remember when you started, bro, you didn't even have money for your rent, dude. And you said, Josh, I need to go protect a family to pay for my bills this month. Guys, when you have your back up against the wall, it shows you who you are. And Drew, I'm so proud of, like, dude, who you're becoming in this business, who you're becoming as a man. Like, and to hear you're doing that stuff for your family, dude, it literally gives me chills, bro. So guys, can we give it up for Drew in the chat? Like, dude, there's not a harder worker on the team, more consistent worker on the team, and dude, not a better dude on the team. So guys, give him some love. Drew, thank you so much, man. And anything you got, I can't wait to see you in Vegas on the 31st. But any last words you got for words of wisdom for us?
Don't be afraid to ask for help. If you don't make it in this business, 99% of the time, it's your fault. Like, anybody will help you, will answer questions for you. Just ask. If you don't feel like you're getting the training you need, the knowledge you need, just ask your own question. So just have a student mentality all the time. And by the way, building relationships with people, I know with Pat, Amy, with both of y'all, Jesse, people in Beanbone, that's also another huge part, because people will help you out, if you just try to build that relationship with them, Does that make sense?
100%, dude. 100%. You show up when you lock arms with people, it works, man.
I do have one more thing, Josh.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's hear it.
So a couple months ago, I did really, really well. Like just at like 47 families, right? And I was talking on Jesse's call for a few minutes last week. And, I kind of talked about that and kind of what's different, then from, me not putting up those big numbers. And it's, by putting up those big numbers, I was able to, get like what's back there, live in downtown Orlando, way up in there. I'm not going to go too much into that. But anyways, I was spending so much time, thinking I had to make this place nice and, going to the pool and all this stuff. And just over the past week, I was like, you know what, let's live like I did back then.
Mm.
Let's just not be super organized and vacuuming every day. Don't rearrange the desk every morning or night. Let's just go to work.
Bro,
It's funny how that kind of correlated.
See, and it's crazy to see, bro, because dude, the success is gonna come when you work like you do, which again, we're so freaking pumped for you. But it's like, don't change the things that have got you there, right? Like I used to, dude, I'm sure a lot of people can relate, right? When it would come time to dial, I would find other things to do, right? Especially in a new place like you're at, gorgeous. That's not a screensaver behind you, like that's your view, right? Like, dude, let me furnish this thing. Let's go grab some new couches. Like you want to start adding up stuff that you don't really need to have happen yet. Right. Because there's going to be time for all that stuff. But guys, take the opportunity, take the work, take the group we have now. What we have is special, and don't take that for granted, man. Don't take that for granted. And Drew, I'm going to let you speak on that, Brand. What does it mean to be plugging in to that group every day?
Do you mean Bing Bong in general or
just in general, dude? Our Relentless group, our Bing Bong group, dude, everything.
Bing Bong is the world for me, right? There's so much stuff, anything, or a lot of the stuff I just used in that presentation. I learned that in Bing Bong. I stole it from other people. They don't care, right? They steal stuff from me too. We help each other get better. But really kind of what I was saying, in overall sense, it's just, man, FFL, and even smaller than that, it's just Relentless. Like you and Alondra, y'all care. Like I want y'all, when y'all hit integrity, that was, I'm not gonna cuss, but that was super awesome. When y'all hit integrity, I love that for y'all because y'all invested so much time in me. So it just means a lot having the two of y'all. And anybody on here who is taking that for granted, the trainings you get, that just the questions that y'all answer for them. I don't, y'all talk to people all the time. I don't know those questions, but don't take that for granted, because you could definitely be in a situation where that didn't exist, which, your life could be totally different on a worse end than it is now if you didn't have that. So the two of you mean the world to me. I'm so happy for y'all hitting integrity. So happy for y'all getting engaged. I remember, Josh, like it was after my first appointment, I called you.
Here we go.
We were talking. I was like, so were you in the laundry? Are y'all like engaged? And he was like, no, man, not engaged. So I think that's so cool that y'all are getting married and your world's going to change like that too. So thank y'all for everything. I so much appreciate it.
Well, man, hey, real quick, you're gonna get us all teary-eyed over here again, bro. Again. Hey, but for real, like, dude, you people like you make this group, right? And that's why I think it's so special. Like, we got caring people that plug into this thing every single day that you can learn from. And guys, if you're on the call, we got almost 200 people on here. Guys, just plug in, man. Plug in, because that's really the first step, right? We got to plug in and do the work. But Drew, appreciate you so much, man. Thank you for being vulnerable. Thank you for opening up. Anything we can do for you, we always got your back. But bro, looking for, what are you doing in September, dude? 5 weeks starts today. What are your personal numbers that, like, dude, this is what I want to hit for me?
Who you're calling me out on this one.
Yes, sir.
I'll just tell you what I'll tell you what's going on in silent, I guess. I'm already being vulnerable. 50K, man. I'm gonna hit the sales manager. And 5 weeks. When I found out it was 5 weeks, Max posted that in our little group chat, just kind of our own personal one. And I was like, bro, this is 5 weeks. Are you serious? Awesome.
So 50 families a month for September, guys. So huge goals. If they don't scare you, they're not big enough. But go after it, man. I can't wait to see, because guys, he's going to give it everything he's got. Hell or high water. If he doesn't hit it, he's going after everything. So guys, lock arms with people that are doing it. Drew, thank you so much, bro. Appreciate you sharing. And again, anything we can do to help, we're definitely always in for you, bro.
All right. Me too, to anybody out there, if y'all need anything, you know, I'm only a phone call away or a login to Beanbong away.
Let's go.
Beanbonghouse.com, password HOF, capital HOF.
Let's get it, guys. Thanks, Drew. We're going to give us another 5 minutes. I'll under any other information you'd like to share with the team.
No, I think we touched it all. I'm just super excited for these things that are coming up, all these events that were like, it's just seeing more people in person. I think it really just solidifies. Okay. I just think it really helps just interaction just in person. I mean, it's a one thing, but it's been awesome. I mean, I love going to these different BOMs that we're doing all over. We're just meeting new people. I got to meet Kiara and Susanna down in where that was in El Paso, right?
El Paso.
Yeah, that was in El Paso. And it's just it's a breath of fresh air seeing new agents. And it's just, that's why we do this, why we do. And I told Josh, I'm like, dude, it's never been about the money. And it's always been how many more people can we help and how many more people's lives can completely change. And listening to Drew, like I remember every single phone call. Drew was probably one of the most agents who called us the most ever out of any agent, any question, any doubt, because that's what we told him to do. Any question, doubt, call us. And it was always Drew Kausler. And there would be times that we would be with Nina, and then Nina and Hayden be like, there's Drew Kausler calling you. Like, it's just so great that like they even know. Like, dude, it's just so crazy to see how people just evolve and they plug into the system, and the system works if you just put in the work. So if anything that you guys took from this is that Drew is nobody special, he just works his butt off. And that seems to be a very common trend with top producers. People who work their butt off, don't make excuses. I never, ever, ever heard Drew complain, ever. He's never complained about the leads, never. He's always just, dude, I got to work more. When you can get down, like talk about getting a bunch of declines from all your policies, and he's like, I just got to write more policies. That's it. That's it. And that's seriously the secret to like just surviving in this business, because I feel like the majority of this business is mental. And I was talking to a couple of agents this week, and I'm like, dude, if you can just get out of your head and like trick your mind into like, if you're an emotional person like me, trick your mind into like telling yourself, I can do this. Like, I'm a badass. I'm going to help everybody. I'm going to close everyone I sit with, or I'm going to book every appointment that I talk to. I'm going to sell everyone that I get on the phone. You just have to like, you have to talk about, like, I never thought positive affirmations and stuff. Like, I never believed in any of that stuff. I guess that's how I thought. But it's like, the more I get older, I realize like, holy crap, like I didn't realize like the things that I excelled with were just stuff that it just self-empowered myself. It's like, I can do this. I'm nobody special. They're just outworking me. I need to work harder. And with everything that I've done, it's true. So positive affirmations, I mean, I'm a true believer of that, because it does happen. Whatever you want, the life that you want, talk about it every single day, because you will start doing that. Whatever you wanted to do, calling out Drew, hey, what do you want to do? I'm going to write, like, I know what my number is. I'm going to put 50. It's putting that stuff out that your constant reminder. I got to go. I got to do this. This is something that I have to do. So thank you for sharing, Drew. We appreciate you so much, and we love being in business with you. So,
and last thing, guys, I want to touch on, because again, I've been talking to a lot of agents, and I know managers, you guys do the same job and we all kill it together. But guys, I'm hearing too much of just like not taking ownership of where you're at in business, right? If it's not working, like Drew said, it's because of me. It's something I'm not doing. It's not my upline. It's not the leads. It's not any other factor outside of myself, right? And I think, guys, we need to take extreme ownership of the results you've got. Because, guys, I love everybody on this call, but like Drew Kausler is self-made. Yeah, a lot of people have helped him get to where he's at, but that man shows up every day to do the work, right? A lot of the huge groups within our team, they're self-made. So, and again, Self-made can be a good thing and it can be a bad thing, right? But we all need to show up and look ourselves in the mirror and get to work, because I'm tired of hearing from people that just blame all these other factors. Because if you call me and say, Josh, it's not working because of me, I need this to work, where's the leak in my business? I'm going to do everything I can to help. But it's hard when it just says, hey, my upline's not there. I put my questions in Slack, and no, it's like, dude, take ownership. Work, go to work. 99% of this business is because of you, good or bad. Don't let anybody try to take your accolades, or if you've built this thing, it's because of you, right? It's not anything else. We've got a great team. We've got a lot of people that care, but it's because of you. You worked your butt off. You made it work. But in the same token, if it's not working, 99% is you. So guys, take ownership, go to work, give this thing everything you've got. Don't complain. It's crazy how you have one complaint and it leaks into your brain and it leaks into your energy. And guys, you feel that in your business. So I love hearing from Drew. I love hearing from people that actually just take this thing and run with it. We need more of that, guys. We need the positive energy back. We need people that are just running around with their hair on fire, ready to make this thing work for them and their family. So guys, can we do that together? Can you give me a 1 in the chat if you're committed to saying, hey, enough's enough? Like, I've complained, I've moaned, I've done things that haven't benefited me and my family and my business. I'm ready to take it to the next level. Because guys, I promise the credit is for you. Everybody that does this thing at a high level, you guys get the credit. And we just want to make sure we're pouring the love on everybody that's actually working. So minimize the doubt, minimize the complaints. Guys, you got to have uncommon work ethic and uncommon belief in this business that this thing will work. So again, we love everybody, but let's put our head down and put the families that we protect first and stop thinking about ourselves, right? Because good things happen. Good things happen because guess what? When Drew Kausler called me and said, Josh, I just bought leads. That was my money for my rent. I have to make this work. Guys, was I freaking out for him? Absolutely. Did I know he would come through with that attitude? Absolutely. So again, if your back's against the wall, guys, do everything you got to do to make it work. An excuse doesn't exist with you. Like, you're going to go out there and do it for you and your family. So again, anything that anybody needs, please reach out. We need a huge week. We need more consistency. We need more top producers. I want to see new names, guys. We got a huge team. We got people coming on board every single day. Go make a name for yourself, and you do it for you and yours. But can't wait for a huge week, guys. Can't wait to see you guys at the Bradley event. And anything you guys need, please reach out. Thank you guys so much. Have a great day. Talk to you soon.